welcome Peepal Baba on our show. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank God AI has come in. I'm so happy that artificial intelligence is taking over. We have lost the ability to
sustain ourselves in the given ecosystem, right?
You need some higher form of intelligence to guide us. Again, I'm saying, human beings, we had a life cycle of 2 lakh years. We've lived that 2 lakh year cycle now. You know, so either a new species will take over, and AI is the new species. AI is going to be the new species. They are going to be the dominant thing. So just sit back and enjoy it. Just let it be, you know. 98% people will never do anything. 2% people run the planet. And they keep it healthy. And they keep it well. And this book is basically meant for those 2% people. Speaking from on behalf of nature, it's enough. Enough is enough.
Namaskar. What if I told you that India's ghost stories were actually the real climate solutions? While the world now fights over climate targets and AI-powered futures, one man has actually spent 47 years planting over 24 million trees across India. Swami Prem Parivartan, famously known as Peepal Baba, is now arguing in his book, Ghosts on Peepal Trees, for something very radical, that ancient Indian beliefs, spiritually and even fear, may have protected nature better than the modern systems do today. And now he believes that AI could also become part of the climate crisis solution too. Now, this conversation is definitely going to change how you and me look at sustainability. Let's quickly speak to him and welcome Peepal Baba on our show. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Now, let's start with book. Why write a book when you have such vast influence on people and how aggressively they have been following you? Why write a book? What inspired you?
You never know when the physical self goes away, you know. So it's always I think I'm basically a teacher. So I've taught for 37 years, various subjects, and environment is one of the main things. I've been talking about biodiversity and saving the whatever living ecosystems that we have. Now it's very important that when we talk in a video, it's just under 1 minute or maybe 90 seconds, 60 seconds, and you do a YouTube video for 3 minutes to 4 minutes. But when you write a book, it's it's very engaging. It's 300 pages of pure wisdom, and something which I'm completing 50 years of field work next January, the coming January. So 50 years of whatever we have learnt on the field, I wanted to put into this thing. So there will be so many takeaways, and the readers will get a lot of tips. And the biggest myth that I wanted to break was that we need to depend on international agencies and national governments and state governments and this thing. Ultimately, it is individual action. And that is the most important thing. So if individual action, if people, if citizens get involved in the whole thing, I think they can make all the difference.
All right, this is an interesting topic to touch down, and I'll slowly come to that. But I need to ask you, you're constantly arguing in your book that stories about ghosts living on Peepal Trees were actually conversation tools, largely protecting the ecosystem, right?
Yes.
So have we mistaken ecological wisdom for superstition in the modern times? Is that what you're also trying to imply?
Partly yes, partly no.
Okay.
If you become too superstitious and too ritualistic about what you hear, and you don't apply your own intelligence, your own exposure, your own experience, your own education, your traveling, your collecting data from the external and your internal self, and then analyzing, okay, fine, this is how the world works, this is how nature works, As Charles Darwin always said, in The Origin of Species, that we fail to understand that Homo sapiens, we have a very small shelf life. We are just about 70, 80 years over here. So if you multiply it by 365, we are here only for about 25,000 days, right? Okay. Now you are trying to pit yourself against 4.6 billion years of cosmic and natural intelligence.
Oh, very interestingly put into numbers,
है ना?
the entire
तो
data.
अगर आप you are talking cosmic intelligence versus, thank God AI has come in. I'm so happy that artificial intelligence is taking over because what is sustainability? Sustainability, it's two words, sustainability. We have lost the ability to
sustain ourselves in the given ecosystem, right?
So you need some higher form of intelligence to guide us. You need some higher form, because we are too emotional, we get too hooked on to perspectives, we get too hooked on to what we see in the media, and we lose our we lose our analytical skills. So generally speaking, so if you take help of technology, if you take help of AI, and I have seen it happening. I am old school, but I have started taking help of AI and technology tools in the last 1 year, and I can tell you it's going to be groundbreaking, and very soon. I'm not talking about 20 years. You just wait for 1 year, just 1 year to 18 months. Things are going to change.
But you've just now said that you're glad for the fact that AI is also coming into being. But on the contrary, we've heard it that from AI experts also, and top environmentalists across the world also suggesting, climate experts also suggesting the fact that since AI is coming into being, the kind of infrastructure that is required is largely contradictory to climate crisis being reverted, right? People need lands. We need a lot of water. There is a lot of water consumption also happening.
You're talking about data centers. You're talking about data. You're talking about
data centers. Yes.
But that's a very minuscule. That's a very nano part of it. If you see the whole picture, if you see planet as a holistic entity, thank God it's here. Because again, I'm saying, human beings, we had a life cycle of 2 lakh years. We were born here near Ethiopia, then we went to Mesopotamia, then Central Asia, and then we migrated to all over the country, and then we are hunter-gatherers, and we, civilizations across the water bodies and everything. But ho gaya ab, we've lived that 2 lakhs year cycle now, So either a new species will take over, and AI is the new species. AI is going to be the new species. They are going to be the dominant. So just sit back and enjoy it. Just let it be, because we have weared ourselves out. The burnout of Homo sapiens has taken place. This is what I see. When you work in the forest, you work in the field. We are working about 270,000 hectares of land and so many forests over there. And when you sit in the forest, you see the cities, you see the urban spaces, you see all the development that is going on. Because human mind says this is the right thing. We need ports, we need airports. If you ask me, even I will say, yes, we need it. It's a growing population, it's a growing everything. But somewhere, spiritually speaking, or speaking from on behalf of nature, it's enough. Enough is enough. Somebody else will have to do the work now. Somebody else will have to do the work. Human beings can't do it.
That sounds a little scary, but do you really think that somebody else, or what you're saying, the future AI, robots, generations, will they be more compassionate towards?
Yes, they will be. They will be. They'll be more intelligent, they'll be more logical, they'll be more reasonable. They will not be swayed by emotions every 10 minutes. They will not read something and they'll get swayed. They have much better analytical skills. Even if you do carbon assessment, carbon sequestration, if I do impact assessment, if I do biodiversity assessment reports and all that, if I ask ChatGPT, they do a much better job than me sending out somebody. See, human touch will always remain.
Indeed, but are you trying to emphasize on the fact that we as humans are creating technology because we have lost that kind of a touch with our nature, and now AI or technology will further?
Okay, I'll put it very simply. This work cannot be done without a spiritual foundation. You cannot have this 1100 grams of brain, gray cells working over time and trying to decide where the world is going to go. You can't compete with this billion-year-old cosmic intelligence. Okay. Now, what is happening is either you need tools, or all the 194 countries, they sit together and they really put their brains together and they say, okay, enough is enough. Let's try and save everything. If you can't do it, then somebody else will do it, because nature is at work. It has to balance out all the populations. You really think we can touch 8 billion? I can bet my life on it. We will never touch 8 billion. जैसे 7.5 बोलते हैं ना, हिंदी में एस्ट्रोलॉजी में बोलते हैं. We have reached 7.5 billion. Now it will come down. It will never cross that, because there are 12.5 million species. This is what I'm trying to say. We are talking only about one species, which is a consumer species. There is no species on the planet which is a consumer species. Even the birds contribute, the insects contribute, the grasshopper contributes, the dragonflies, the beetles, the frog, the snake, the reptile. Everybody contributes to nature. We are the only species which consume. So therefore, this is what I am saying. I am not deriding Homo sapiens. I am only saying that Homo sapiens has lived अपनी shelf life खत्म हो रही है. We have an expiry date. Now either we sit together or we get help of somebody else who will guide us in the whole.
So far in our conversation, one chapter suggests that spirituality can save Mother Earth.
Yes.
The other one you're suggesting
Yes.
that AI will elevate in protecting.
Yes. So all I'm saying is human beings should focus on spirituality
and let AI do the job.
Let AI do the job, because we are not we are bad implementation partners.
Right.
We are not implementing. We plan very well, we ideate very well, we talk about it very well, we do 30 kinds of COPs and we do conferences, but ultimately what is happening on the ground? So you will need some other entity. I am just taking the help of AI, but it has to be something else which will have to give us a new direction now. Human beings can't do it, that is for sure. Yes.
But somewhere I was reading an article where you've pointed out कि climate crisis के ऊपर काम करने के लिए it is now not government policies largely responsible. It has now come to a stage where every individual should be putting in an effort.
Absolutely, absolutely.
While you just are contradicting your previous statement where Homo sapiens need to start seeking help from AI. But help me understand, here in this context, is change in climate and largely the environmental problems will be coming, is that a psychological
it is a
one?
human intervention. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll clarify. I got your question.
Yeah.
We have, climate change is an evolutionary process.
Pretty
we don't
much.
know whether tomorrow or day after there is going to be another ice age. We think the temperatures are going up, but nature might have some other plans for us. Okay, so हमारी जितनी समझ थी हमने किया. Governments thought, okay, fine, this is a big population, we need to do tuck. So they did whatever they want to do. Individuals who are spiritually embedded and they are already working for biodiversity and living ecosystems and forestry and mountains and rivers and on the field into agriculture, it's a minuscule, maybe 2 to 4% people, right? They are doing their job. Let them do the job. But what I am saying is, now that is the reason why I wrote this book. Because again I am saying 60-second conversations, even a 30-minute conversation on television channel or media will not the same. But when you read the entire book and you go chapter wise, because this topic I have brought up towards the end of the thing. First it's my childhood, from folk tales to forestry, right? So the whole evolutionary process is described in this book. And when you read this book, when you come towards the last 5-6 chapters, you will understand what I am trying to say.
Okay. But
this requires a lot of, it's a 5 decades of experience.
I understand. Yeah. It is a beautifully put across book with a lot of experiences being shared. Yeah. So right now you're suggesting rather than largely now being an environmental problem, it has become a psychological problem, especially when we are sticking to dealing with the solution when it comes to just humans only? Let's rule out technology out of it.
You know the reactions that are coming on social media?
Yeah.
It is less of climate change and more of climate stress. It is more of climate stress. There's a whole psychology to it. And this is chapter by chapter. These are the few 56 chapters I've written only on these things, because we see the things very simplistically. Government did this, the international bodies did this, the WHO decided on this, UNEP decided on this, and we are trying to do this and that. Me planting 2 crore 64 lakh trees, 2,70,000 hectares of land will not make any difference. Let me tell you.
Then why do it?
No.
And consistently do it for
And
more than
do it
4
for 50
decades.
Yes. You know,
And influence
this is
millions
Brownian
of
motion.
people on ground.
This is Brownian motion,
Okay.
All I am trying to say is that what I have done is just a nanoparticle, is just an atomic thing. When people look at us, they come, they work with us, they learn the skills, they go out into their own villages, into their own institutions, to their own cities, into their own countries. More than 63 countries से volunteers ने आके हमारे साथ काम किया, सीखा है, and they are working over there. This is the way, this is the only way it will grow. 98% people will never do anything, 2% people run the planet, and they keep it healthy, and they keep it well. And this book is basically meant for those 2% people. 98% people are buffer zones, So they come, they earn, they get married, they have children, and one day they die. But then, I am talking to those 2% of the people who think, yes, we will also die one day, but jab tak hain, tab tak we will make our life meaningful.
So you are not very optimistically hopeful about the future, especially with...
I am very, you need to read this book. Actually, my editors, they got so confused. They said, but the way you talk in the reels, I said, no, that is education.
Yeah.
Right? And this is my understanding.
Okay.
This is my realization.
That
as a teacher
defines it all.
When I tell my classroom, okay, I may be scolding some of the students, but I am very hopeful that they will do very well. I am very, very sure everything will be okay in 2 years' time.
Okay. You once said that only capitalism can save the national capital of India, that's Delhi. But isn't capitalism also one of the biggest reasons for Delhi's condition to be going down?
No.
Why so? Why do you say so?
No. I think we, overestimate, underestimate capitalists. They are the economy movers. They are the people who are providing you livelihood. They are the people who are providing you infrastructure. They are providing you some whatever class there is to this planet. I think it is a little bit of social, political mess that is being created. But again, I am saying, just wait for 2 years. Everything will be okay.
Okay.
Let AI mature. It will solve all the problems.
Okay. Let us all, work and see what the future holds for us when it comes to especially the technology helping in elevating and being a little more compassionate with the environmental crisis. Now we'll quickly play a game where you have to, I'll give you 2 options. You have to pick one choice. You don't have to think it through. Jo dimag mein aayega sabse pehle. Okay. Billionaire climate summits or one villager planting trees?
One villager planting trees.
Spiritual fear or government fines?
Spiritual fear.
Save one river or build one expressway?
Save one river.
Climate activism or climate content?
Climate content.
Tesla tweets or tribal wisdom?
Tribal wisdom.
One Peepal tree or one air purifier in India?
One Peepal tree.
Okay. Viral sustainability reels or actual lifestyle changes on ground?
Both are required.
Both are, yes.
Both are required.
Yeah, because of course there is a need to influence.
If the first will not happen, the second will not happen.
Yeah.
And if the second doesn't take place, then there is no use of the first one.
Okay. Smart cities or breathable cities?
Breathable cities.
Ancient rituals or modern climate policies?
Ancient rituals.
CSR
They were very
plantation.
scientific. They were very scientific.
Okay, quickly. If you had 1 minute with every Indian policy maker, what would you tell them? 1 minute.
1 minute. I think I would just take care of the world. Take care of things around you. Take care of the plants, take care of the animals, take care of the wildlife.
What's
and
one thing every urban Indian can realistically do this week when we are actually celebrating?
Grow your own food.
Grow your own food?
Okay. Yes. Have your own kitchen garden, have your own balcony and terrace garden, grow your own food.
Grow your own food, folks. And if in case you need more help, follow Peepal Baba on various digital platforms, because he's definitely giving out some amazing tips for your kitchen gardens. Okay, one last question before we wrap it all. You've planted millions of trees over decades, but cities are now getting hotter and hotter day by day. More polluted also, and clearly Delhi NCR is so unbreathable, unlivable. Do you really feel that grassroots activism is actually fighting a battle that policy and politics simply won't be able to in the near decade?
I would rather
or probably they don't even want to win.
I would rather not get into, I believe in one thing. I believe in action. Just keep doing the right things will happen. And as an experience of having worked under 7 to 9 prime ministers and 29 chief ministers in my own 50 years, I am telling you, things are going to change. The technology, the new generation, the Gen Z, people are more sensitive, people are more compassionate. Yes, this generation is more sensitive, it is more compassionate, it is more action oriented. They just need the right platform, they just need the right role models, they need the right mentoring, they need a right hand holding. They will take us through. But technology and the young generation.
Both need to come hand in hand. So you suggest the fact that Gen Zs are far more sensitive.
Old generation has done its work. They've done a great job. They've done a great job. No regrets. But now it's time for change.
It's time for a change. Okay. One last question quickly. You've said sustainability is a people's practice, right? And not largely a CSR strategy. So let me ask this directly to you. Do you really think that corporations are genuinely concerned about environment? Or is it just a good branding? Because this sustainability, climate crisis, environment, these are a set of keywords that are selling in market at this point of time.
Yes, this vocabulary is doing well in the market, I agree. But I have worked with a lot of corporates and CSR partners. There is a certain heightened sensitivity with these people, and I think there is nothing wrong in it. But yes, I always advise them, don't get too much into branding and too much into self-marketing and all that, because we have a some kind of social justice that we have to do on the ground. And anything that you do in life, ye 50-50 chalta hai.
Right. Thank you so much, Peepal Baba, for coming to CNN News 18,
so
sharing all of your wisdom with us.
Thank you.
Well, maybe the future of the planet doesn't just depend on the humans or just the technology, but on whether we remember how to live with nature again. We keep searching for climate solutions in boardrooms and apps, but here is this man who has shared it and penned it all down on how you can make it very easy on the ground with small efforts every day. Maybe some of them were sitting under a tree all along for solutions, but this conversation did one thing more than the other, is I hope it made us all pause before calling old wisdom irrelevant and taking up some new steps. So viewers, I'd like to suggest you to go pick up your copy of Ghosts on Peepal Trees and share, like, subscribe and comment, and let us know what questions more do you have for Peepal Baba. We'll try and arrange for another session. Thank you.